YouTube's really good at making promises. They sure made an awful lot of them in 2024. And today we're going to find out just how well they keep their promises. So stay tuned because we're going to go through a whole bunch of features that YouTube promised us this year in 2024. We're going to talk about the timing as well as how well YouTube delivered. This first feature comes from Made on YouTube. We covered that in a video here on this channel where we talked about a whole bunch of really cool stuff that YouTube got to show off at their Made on YouTube event that Julia went to. And this one is the Inspiration tab. Now this could be really cool. The idea behind the Inspiration tab is it uses AI, it looks at your channel, and it gives you recommendations or inspiration for videos that you could make on your channel. Now, up until recently, they had made this Inspiration tab and it was on the Analytics section. It's no longer on the Analytics section. They moved it. It's now under Content. There's Inspiration. And finally, it's here. It actually looks pretty cool. It's going to give you some ideas, it's going to give you basic outlines, it's going to give you title and thumbnail concepts, and I don't know, I think it's off to a good start and it's probably going to be really helpful to a lot of beginners. So for the very first feature, I'm going to give YouTube a good job. They delivered on what they promised. Now this, from what I can tell, only seems to be available on desktop. I couldn't find it on my phone in the YouTube Studio app, but honestly, when you're planning a video, the desktop app is probably going to be a better place to do this kind of a thing. So thank you, YouTube. You did it. All right, the next one is the community section. They told us at Made on YouTube also that they were going to be expanding this community section. In fact, they made this community tab right here. You can see it, it's on mobile, but now instead of just seeing comments, it's all showing up under community. You're seeing it in your YouTube Studio on the desktop. Now, the thing that they told us and that they showed us that they've been beta testing with people is that this would be more like a social media place where other people could come and comment kind of on your wall, like on your channel, instead of just on specific videos or posts. What we're seeing so far is there's a community section and it does feel kind of like a social media thread, but it's only of the posts that you post in your YouTube community. So if you're creating posts that are text, images, even video posts, but not your normal video content. Your videos and shorts, they don't show up in this feed anywhere. But if you're doing polls, any of that stuff, it all just shows up there under your community and people can engage with those posts. You're just not gonna get other people currently available to create posts on your community, if that makes sense. We're not seeing this drive a whole ton more engagement, but what I am seeing is a little bit more of the community posts being featured. Such that on YouTube right now, I can just go in the app and if I'm looking at a post or whatever, I can change my view and it's only gonna show me community posts. It's gonna give me a feed like YouTube normally gives me, but it's only gonna be posts from the channels that I subscribe or the ones that YouTube thinks I might want to see. So we're definitely seeing YouTube get a little bit more into that community game. So this one I'm gonna call a partial delivery. Now they didn't give us an exact time frame on the full community features, so I'm not gonna call them out and say that they lied to us or under-delivered on their promise. I'm just gonna say that this is something that they did promise us during this year and it hasn't been fully delivered. Moving on to number 3, this is badges. Badges essentially allow people who engage on your channel in ways that kind of go above and beyond to be able to receive badges or awards for this. You can choose to receive badges or not. You can turn them on or off. If you don't, as a YouTuber, want your badges to be displayed publicly, they don't have to be. But if you're somebody who posts frequently on somebody's channel, or if you're somebody who gets a lot of hearted comments on somebody's channel, you might get a badge from that channel. Now, as a channel creator, I don't assign badges to people. If somebody signs up for my community and they're one of the first people in my paid community, they're gonna get a badge for that. I don't have to do anything for it. It's essentially a way to get people who are using YouTube to be a little bit happier, and there's a little bit of gamification going on to hopefully addict them to more YouTube. So that's what's going on there. It's not something I'm overly excited about, but it is a feature that they promised us and it's been delivered. So once again, thank you, YouTube. The next one is hype. With hype, what YouTube promised us, again, it Made on YouTube, was that all of us viewers on YouTube would get a certain number of hypes that we could do, and then you could hype a new video when it comes out, and it would allow certain videos to trend kind of on a hype board. This wouldn't impact the normal YouTube algorithm, it's only gonna impact this hype board, and the idea is that newer, smaller channels they get a little bit of a bonus whenever they receive a hype. It's worth more than when Mr. Beast gets a hype. And that way, some newer creators who are maybe standout creators could get a little bit more of a bonus, a little bit of a boost, and be featured more prominently. But again, not in normal YouTube feeds, just on the hype trending boards. So I don't know that it's gonna do a whole lot, but the idea is to help smaller creators. So we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, it hasn't been rolled out yet. What they're saying so far is that it's being experimented with, specifically in Brazil. So most of us aren't seeing this yet. Next, we have Dream Screen. Dream Screen is for vertical videos. When you're creating them on your phone, you can create a green screen background. All we do is we go here to start creating a short or a vertical video, and you click on green screen, and then you click this little dream screen thing, and you give it an AI prompt, and it's gonna create this AI background. It can just be an image that holds still, or you can have it generate a little video. And when it does that, now you got this little kind of moving thing going on in the background. And then you can use that with like a green screen effect. Now, if you want this to actually look decent, use a solid wall behind you. I was just sitting at a desk. It didn't look very good, but you can make this work a little bit better. Not something I'm gonna use a whole lot, but some of you creators, this might be something that's really cool that you might wanna play with. And it's available now. You can just do it right there in the YouTube app on your phone. So go check that out if that's something you're interested in. And thank you again, YouTube, because you delivered on this promise. Next is gifts powered by Jewels. Now, this is essentially like when somebody does a super chat in a YouTube live where they pay money to have their chat featured, and it tells you, oh, this person gave you a super chat, awesome, or super thanks that shows up in YouTube comments, those kinds of things. So viewers of your channel can give you money just to thank you for what you're doing. But gifts powered by Jewels are specifically, instead of them giving you a dollar amount, they're giving you these little jewels. And they can buy a pack of jewels, and then they just give them out as they want to. But these are only used in vertical live streams. So if you're not doing vertical live streams, this has no impact on you. Now, I didn't verify if this one is out. They did say earlier, like in November, that it was rolling out over the next few weeks for all accounts, so it should be out. But since I don't do vertical live streams, I didn't really test it, so I don't know if it's there. And anyway, not a feature that I'm currently using. So not something I'm overly excited about. I also think it's kind of a way for YouTube to make it less clear how much you're giving and receiving. So it does make it pretty unclear how much of a cut YouTube is taking, but whatever. Either way, if you're doing vertical live streams, that's something that you can go check out. It's probably there now. On to the next one. This next one, YouTube has delivered on. I'm gonna give that away right now, but not super thrilled about it. I was excited. Now I'm not. All right, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen this roll out on our channel. It's auto dubbing. YouTube will take the video that you upload and automatically dub it in multiple languages so people can listen to it in their native tongue. How cool is that? Now, here's the thing. The dubbing, from what I could tell, seems to be good. I mean, good in terms of the translation is a pretty good translation. I speak Brazilian Portuguese. I watched one of our videos in Portuguese and I was like, dang, they did a good job. And it was like almost instantaneous. We upload the video and there it was, available in Portuguese as well as other languages. They promised us a few languages, English, a lot of people are uploading in English. They promised us that they would translate to French, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Now I'm already seeing on most of our videos that they're also being translated into German, which is pretty cool. But you know what I've also found? I found a bunch of mean comments from people who are mad at us for using AI voices in our videos. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's because they're using YouTube in German. And YouTube is automatically translating our video titles and everything to German. So somebody clicks on the video, they assume it's in German, and then they see this mediocre quality dubbing, and they assume that it's something that we did. Now I say mediocre quality because it is a little bit reminiscent of a 90s Jackie Chan movie, and if you're used to that, it's not a big deal. I think it's amazing what they're able to do, and they're able to do it automatically and basically instantaneously. But some people are upset because it's not amazing. They don't love the AI voices, and so they get upset, they leave us mean comments, and they stop watching our video. We actually turned off auto dubbing on our channel because it's hurting watch times. Because people watching these channels in their native language see our video and say, this isn't the same quality I'm used to, even though they're used to having to watch our videos in English instead of their own native language. If you're used to watching our videos in English and don't want to watch them in your native language because you hate the AI voice, click the little setting gear and change it back to English, and then you can watch our video in English. So, I'm sorry. Now here's the thing. YouTube rolled out this feature. They didn't tell us that it was out, and they didn't give us an opportunity to turn it on. They automatically turned it on for us. So again, this had an impact on our channel. It happened basically instantly, and we had no idea why people were whining at us. So if that's not something you want happening to your videos quite yet, maybe you want to wait for the dubbing to get a little bit better, for AI voices in general to get better, and then maybe you'll turn this on. That's cool. Just go here into the settings and just go turn it off. It's actually super easy to do. So thank you to YouTube for delivering on this promise. I think you did a great job. But if it's hurting your channel, probably gonna want to turn it off, and some people are hard to please. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about 3-minute shorts. YouTube promised us earlier this year that they would have short form content. Vertical content up to 3 minutes long would be treated as short form content. Now, what YouTube promised was, around the end of November, that all vertical videos, square to vertical, right, that is under 3 minutes long would be treated as a short. And so when you upload those on your channel, you won't see them in the normal video feed. You'll see them only in the shorts feed. It's not how it started out, but they said around the end of November, that was their expectation. And they've delivered on that. Now, what we don't have yet is when you're trying to upload or create a short, YouTube has some built-in features, like they identify that it's a short, and you can treat it like a short as you're uploading it, and it gives you special things that you can do. You don't have that now if it's over a minute long. And YouTube told us that it would be sometime next year that they would have all of those features fully rolled out for longer shorts. But for right now, if you want a YouTube video to be longer than a minute long and to be treated as a short, that's what's gonna happen as long as it's in a vertical format. They will only appear in the short section on channels. They'll appear in the shorts feed. They won't appear in the long form videos. All right, the next one here. Text formatting in video descriptions. I have to say, I'm actually kind of excited about this one because being able to have bolding, underline, strike through, that kind of stuff, it's just gonna enhance our video descriptions a bit. I'm actually more excited to see this in the community posts. I would imagine that once we have it in video descriptions, putting it in community posts would be pretty easy. I hope that they choose to do that. From what I've seen, supposedly this has been rolled out on mobile to all accounts. That's something that I got from a YouTube video from YouTube. In my mobile account, like on my device, I cannot get it to bold. I can't get it to do any of those things. So I don't know if that's just like on Android devices. Maybe it's in the iPhone app, it doesn't work yet. I don't know. But they said it's been rolled out to all accounts for mobile. I'm also not seeing it on desktop yet, which I would really like on desktop because that's where I do a lot of my editing of video descriptions and stuff. I prefer to type there rather than on my phone. Now, I did find that in the editing, I was able to use normal shortcut keys to do bolding, like Control or Command B will bold, but I did that, I saved it, and on the front end of YouTube, on the video itself, in the description, it wasn't bolded. So I could make it work, I could get it to show up as bold on the backside, but I couldn't get it to show up that way on the video itself. So it seems like it's coming, like they're working through it, and I really want to see it come out in community posts. So I'm gonna give YouTube a partial on that one. Next up is episodic content. It made on YouTube, YouTube announced this kind of cool Netflix-like approach that they were gonna be taking when people watch YouTube on their television, and then later to roll out to desktop. This is something we're actually really excited about because if we can create the kind of content with a clear watch next and put things in good playlists, it's gonna be easy, way easier than it is today to keep people on your channel because so many people are moving toward watching YouTube on their television, in addition to their mobile devices and sometimes their computers. But so far what we've seen is a better navigation experience on television. It's definitely gotten easier, clicking around, moving through, finding a channel, that kind of stuff, than it was before. But we're not yet seeing kind of this streamlined episodic content approach. If you want something to be episodic-like when you're watching YouTube on your television, you're gonna have to go find a playlist, maybe even going to a channel's page, clicking into a playlist, and then it will queue them up one after another, but definitely not kind of a streaming service-like feel at this point yet. So I'm gonna call the episodic content part of this undelivered. The next one is the mini player. Now, the mini player on YouTube, before, like not that long ago, if you left the YouTube app, you left the video, it's gone. Well, a little while ago, they introduced the mini player. So if I just swipe away from YouTube and go to another app or go to my phone screen, my home screen on my phone, it'll keep the video playing kind of down in a corner or something like that. Well, this year they promised us they would give us an improved mini player so we could move where the video is and we could even resize it. And guess what? They did it. And I actually think this is really cool. It's something that I use because sometimes I'll be in the middle of watching a video, but I want to go check something, or maybe I get a text and I don't want to leave the video, but I want to go check what I want to go check. I'm a bit ADHD myself, and so it's very frequent that this type of thing is happening to me. I use it all the time, and I love that I can move it around and get it out of the way so that I can actually respond to a text and leave the video playing. So thank you, YouTube. You delivered on that one too. The next one, shareable playlists. I'm gonna have to give YouTube a partial on this one because here's what they're promising us. They're promising us that you can create a playlist, but that you can invite other people to be able to contribute to the same playlist, which is pretty cool. I do this with my Spotify, so I have music playlists that I share with other people and we all add to it, and it's awesome, right? Well, you can do this now with YouTube playlists. And I tested it out and it works. It's awesome. But there's a couple things that you're supposed to be able to do once they finish rolling out this feature. The first thing is you're supposed to be able to add a custom thumbnail to it. So I could create a playlist full of videos made by other people, but I could literally take my own photo and put my own thumbnail on it to just represent what this playlist is supposed to be. Currently, the thumbnail is just whatever the first video on the playlist is, it's the thumbnail from that video. And that can't be customized, at least not on my account. The second thing that people are supposed to be able to do on these shared playlists is they're supposed to be able to vote on the videos. So you're supposed to be able to kind of up and down vote the videos. Right now, I can't do that. I tried it on mobile, I tried it on my desktop, can't do it. So that was something that they promised that they haven't delivered on, but the shareable playlists are there, so I kind of like that, and I think it's a really good start. The next feature we're gonna talk about here real quick is the sleep timer. Now, this was in the experiment features phase, and now it's rolled out, at least to a lot of accounts. On some of our YouTube accounts, I couldn't find it, but on my personal YouTube account, I could. And it's funny, because that's an account with like maybe 10 videos on it. It's just totally a personal one. But literally on our channel maker's account, I can't do this yet. I don't know, maybe it's in the middle of rolling out. But while I'm playing a video, I can click the little gear icon, just like if you're gonna speed up or slow down the video or change the language or change the closed captioning, all of those things, right? Scroll down, here it is, sleep timer. I can say, hey, in 30 minutes, turn this off because I'll probably be asleep by then and I would like to save the place in my video where I was before I fell asleep, rather than finding out that this video's been playing for 3 hours and I was asleep for most of that. This has never happened to me before. So those are the features that I found that YouTube promised us this year. If I missed one, please let me know in the comments. I tried to go through all the different things we've looked at. These are features they promised us. And here is my overall assessment. Of the 13 features I listed in this video, 8 of them have been fully delivered as far as I could tell. The thing they promised us, they have delivered on. They left 3 of them partially delivered and only 2 that they left undelivered. And even the undelivered ones seem to actually be like in progress. So I'd say good job, YouTube. I'd say as far as things go this year, they did a really good job of keeping their promises. Certainly a lot better than some people I know. So thank you, YouTube. And thank you to all of you here watching us at Channel Makers. It's been a fun year, and I'm excited for what 2025 is gonna bring for all of us as all of us work on growing our channels together. We'll see you in 2025, and we're gonna kick off the year with an awesome challenge. So make sure you go check that out. We really wanna help you grow your channel substantially this year, and I think we know exactly how we're gonna do it. So I'll put a link in the description and in a pinned comment on this video, so you can go check out what that challenge is. I know it's like right here at the very end, and I should have put the call to action much earlier in the video, but if you're here all the way to this point, then you're for real, and we're gonna help you grow your channel. So let's do it. We'll see you all in the next video.